how to build a business management system that scales without chaos. When founders realize they need systems, most of them reach for the wrong solutions. They start documenting everything. They add tools. They build dashboards, wikis, task boards, and playbooks. On the surface, it looks like progress. In reality, this is where many businesses quietly slow down. The first failure point is over-documentation. Founders try to capture every possible scenario, every process, every edge case. The result isn't clarity, it's overload. Nobody reads it. Nobody remembers it. And when something breaks, people still come back to the founder. The second failure point is tool obsession. A new project manager, a new CRM, a new internal hub. Tools feel productive because they're visible, but tools don't create alignment. They only amplify what already exists. If roles are unclear, tools amplify confusion. If priorities are fuzzy, tools amplify noise. Another common mistake is copying systems from bigger companies. Founders see how large organizations operate and try to replicate that structure too early. Meetings multiply, approval layers stack up, speed disappears. What works for a company of 500 can suffocate a team of 5. Then there's the illusion of control. Many systems are built to make the founder feel safe, not to make the business move faster. Everything requires sign-off. Everything routes back to one person. It looks organized, but it quietly reinforces the founder as the bottleneck. The core issue behind all of this is misunderstanding what a system is supposed to do. A real business management system is not meant to control people. It's meant to reduce decisions. It removes ambiguity so people can act without asking permission. When systems increase friction instead of removing it, they failed. If your system only works when you're present, it's not scalable. If it slows execution instead of speeding it up, it's actively hurting the business. So the real question isn't which tool to use. The real question is this: does this system help people make better decisions faster without you? If the answer is no, it will fail. Most systems collapse because they're built too late, too heavy, and for the wrong goal. They're built after chaos is already overwhelming. They're designed to handle every exception instead of the critical few. They're created to manage people instead of outcomes. That's why teams resist them. That's why founders abandon them. And that's why the business slides back into chaos. If your system requires constant policing, it's a burden. If it only works when you're present, it's fragile. If it makes simple work harder, it's broken. Before building anything new, you need to reset how you think about structure, because the right system doesn't feel heavy. It feels calm. If you want a business that scales without chaos, you don't need more tools, you need the right structure. Not a complicated one, a complete one. Every scalable business runs on the same 5 layers. Miss one and chaos fills the gap. Overbuild one and speed disappears. These layers exist whether you design them or not. The difference is whether they're intentional or accidental. Layer 1 is vision and decision filters. Most founders think vision is about inspiration. It's not. Vision is about constraints. It answers one simple question: how do we decide what matters and what doesn't when everything feels important? When vision is unclear, every decision becomes a debate. Projects stall, everything feels urgent, people escalate decisions upward because they don't know the rules. If your team keeps asking you what to do, your vision isn't clear enough. A clear vision turns decisions into filters. People know what to say no to, they know which opportunities to ignore, they know when speed matters more than perfection. This doesn't require a manifesto, it requires clarity. Who you serve, who you don't, what problem you solve, what winning looks like right now. Without this layer, every opportunity looks good and nothing moves forward. Layer 2 is ownership and roles. This is where most chaos hides. Chaos explodes when responsibility is shared instead of owned. If more than one person owns something, no one really does. And when no one owns it, the founder always ends up carrying it. Clear roles are not about titles, they're about outcomes. Every critical area needs one owner accountable for results. Ownership answers one question: who loses sleep if this fails? When ownership is clear, decisions speed up, questions disappear. Accountability stops feeling personal because it's structural. If meetings exist just to decide who's responsible, ownership is missing. Layer 3 is processes that actually matter. Most businesses either document nothing or document everything. Both fail. You don't need processes for rare cases. You need them for repeatable pain. Onboarding, sales handoffs, customer issues, billing mistakes. A good process answers three things: what triggers it, who owns it, and what done looks like. That's it. If a process can't be explained simply, it won't be followed. Processes protect speed. They prevent the same mistakes from happening twice. Layer 4 is feedback and metrics. What you don't measure drifts. What you measure too much suffocates. Metrics are not about pressure, they're about awareness. Teams should know if they're winning or losing without being told. Each role needs a small number of signals they can influence weekly. If problems surprise you, your metrics are too slow. Layer 5 is execution rhythm. This is the glue. Without rhythm, everything above decays. Rhythm defines how work moves through time: weekly priorities, short reviews, regular adjustments. If every week feels reactive, rhythm is missing. Rhythm keeps alignment alive without constant reminders. These layers only work together. Vision without ownership is noise. Ownership without process is chaos. Process without metrics is blind. Metrics without rhythm get ignored. Rhythm without vision becomes busy work. Each layer removes a different type of friction. Most businesses try to fix chaos by adding effort. This system fixes chaos by removing friction. When friction drops, speed increases naturally. That's when the founder stops being the bottleneck. Implementation should never feel heavy. If you try to implement all 5 layers at once, you will slow the business down. Start where the pain is loudest. If decisions stall, start with vision. If work bounces, start with ownership. If mistakes repeat, start with process. If problems surprise you, start with metrics. If weeks feel chaotic, start with rhythm. For 1 week, do nothing new. Just observe. What do people ask you? What do you repeat? Where does work slow down? That tells you exactly where to start. Your goal is not perfection. Your goal is good enough to remove friction. Good enough beats perfect every time. The first 90 days matter most. The first 30 days fix one obvious bottleneck. One page, one owner, one habit. Days 31 to 60 add one adjacent layer that supports the first. Days 61 to 90 lock in rhythm, protect cadence, step back slightly. By day 90, the system should run without daily pushing. Avoid the traps. Don't overbuild too early. Don't turn structure into control. Don't measure everything. Don't confuse motion with progress. And don't abandon the system too soon. The test is simple. Is work moving faster or slower? You'll know the system is working before results show up. Fewer questions reach you, decisions happen without permission, problems surface earlier, repeated mistakes drop, weeks feel predictable. Ask yourself one question: is the business easier to run this month than last month? Finally, understand this. You don't need more ideas. You need consistency. This system works because it's reinforced. As the business grows, protect clarity, protect ownership, protect simplicity, protect rhythm. You don't rebuild the system, you maintain it. Small corrections beat big resets. This is how founders stop being the bottleneck. This is how teams move fast without burning out. This is how growth stops feeling fragile. Not by doing more, by making fewer things clearer. If this helped you think differently about scaling, subscribe to the channel and like the video so more founders can build businesses that grow without chaos.